Greetings. We continue today in part 3 of the characters from 3 John. We pick up today with the literal of verse number 7. For the sake of his particular name, they were sent forth, not receiving one thing from the Gentiles. This is a sound biblical basis reminding us that the Lord's work is to be supported by tithes and offerings from the members of his churches and not by receiving one thing from the Gentiles. Verse 8 says, therefore, we ourselves are being in debt, that is, we're under obligation to be supporting these kinds of ones, in order that we should be becoming ourselves fellow helpers to the truth. The word is often used in the sense of receiving with hospitality, and especially of supporting Christians should finance Christian enterprises, of which the world will not do, nor should they be asked to. Indeed, Christians have an obligation to do so. They must support their brethren, to whom the world, again, should not be asked to contribute. The noble character of Gaius' actions are now stated to be the execution of a debt. We are being indebted. We're under obligation to be supporting these kinds of ones. And when we do, we also become fellow helpers of the truth. Each and every one of us is either, quote, gathering with or, quote, scattering abroad in the Lord's work. Diotrephes, the condemned dictator of the church and of the traveling Christians, which we'll consider in greater detail the conflict between John and Diotrephes in the next detail. But verse 9 mentions him when it says, I wrote to the church assembly, but to Diotrephes, the one loving to have preeminence of them, he is not receiving hospitably us himself. This man rejected the age of John. He rejected the apostolic authority of John, and thus the authority of the Lord himself, who is the one, only one worthy of having preeminence in the church. 3 John 10 literally says, because of this thing, if, or we might say, when I come, if the Lord allows, I will remember his particular works which he is doing. Trifling, talking about us with means of evil, malicious words, and not being satisfied with just words, neither he is receiving the brethren himself, and he is preventing the ones desiring themselves to receive the brethren. Even he is casting away from the church assembly. In addition to not receiving the letter from John, Diotrephes was speaking evil and untrue things about the Apostle John. Further, he refused to do what Gaius had been commended for doing, receiving and helping the brethren by means of hospitality. And even worse, he forbid others like Gaius from supporting them. And if they, quote, did not obey him, end quote, he was casting them out of the assembly. 3 John 14 says, beloved one, you imitate not the evil thing, but you imitate the good thing. The one doing good, he's being out from the God, but the one doing the evil, he has not seen God with perception. Verse 11 introduces the third major area with which we will study the counsel by John. So we're just passing through now to see Demetrius for a moment as we conclude the characters. Demetrius was the faithful courier of the personal letter to Gaius. To Demetrius, verse 12 says, he has been testified by agency of all, and by the agency of the same particular truth. We also ourselves are testifying to you all, having known that our particular testimony, it is being the truth. I was having many things to be writing, but I'm not desiring by agency of black ink and a reed pen to write to you. But I'm hoping to know you immediately, and we shall speak mouth to mouth. A peace be to you. The friendly ones there sending greetings themselves concerning you. You be greeting yourself, the friendly ones, according to name. And again, we'll look at the conflict concerning the leadership in the church next time.